In terms of the large FI holding, I think, take HDFC. It's 80% plus owned by foreigners. I don't think it's having any negative impact on the stock price performance. So I think as long as it's good shareholders, may it be domestic or foreign, I don't see an issue about the ethnicity or the origin of that investor.
Do you think the volatility in the markets that we are seeing going to impact the capital market inflows? We've seen one big IPO, many more lined up, but are you seeing enough interest, or volatility is keeping it at bay?
No, I think if you look at the Indian equity markets, I think the volatility has not been that immense. I mean, we obviously had some volatility. There are events across the globe which are impacting the markets here, but net, no, I still remain very optimistic about the capital markets here.
What do you think about the kind of deadlock we are seeing in the parliament right now? Is it coming in as a huge dampener where economic reforms are just not taking place? Is it not living up to your expectations when it comes to the government?
I think I've been here 20 years now, and investors are looking at individual companies independent of what happens in Delhi. So I think choose the right companies, you'll do well in the stock market.
Yeah, but besides the stock market, the overall economics and business, GST is very important.
No, undoubtedly, of course, I'd like to see that deadlock to be addressed. But having said that, I don't know politics as well as I know my own business.
In terms of business, do you think that investment cycle, do you think that the corporate India is really looking up to the government to really start the investment cycle?
Yeah,
or is it?
Of course they are, yeah. And I think it's going to be a combination of both. I think the government has some ambitious investment plans in various sectors. I think that needs to kick off. And clearly corporate India has been part of that cycle and will need to be part of that cycle going forward.
But when do you see that economic recovery, the green shoots, the corporate India being a little more happier than what they are? Are you seeing those signs emerging already, or we'll have to wait some time?
I'd say it's slow. It's a bit slow, and I think we might have to wait a bit.
What in your mindset is the timeline when we are going to see some sort of pickup?
I think this is where I always say I plead the fifth. I think you should be talking to my economist.
No, but what's really holding them back? Because you connect with almost all the big promoters in the country.
I do, and I think a lot of them are already involved in the investment cycle. As the Prime Minister has been talking about the Make in India campaign, that's happening. I just think these things take time. I don't think India is like a tanker in an ocean, and for things to change, move from northeast to northeast, it takes time. So give it some time. We'll get there.
And what about the investor sentiment? Well, as far as the foreign investors, Foxconn just came, SoftBank has been investing. But how are you seeing the overall sentiment? Has it improved as much as we had anticipated, or are there still a few things to be looked into?
I think clearly India is a destination for growth, vis-a-vis the other emerging markets, and I think that will continue to be clearly a destination sought after.
But the earnings, shoddy earnings, is that one of the big concerns? And are you going to at least do this?
I think this will be my last question. I don't think Foxconn or SoftBank come to India based on quarterly shoddy earnings.
Yeah. Only one more thing. How crucial is an interest rate cut at this point? And what is your view on that? Since you're a banker, I have to ask this.
As a consumer, I'd love to see that happen.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.